Okay, good evening, everyone. Man, the lighting in here is bad tonight. What is wrong? Okay, hold on. I think I know what's wrong. Is that a little better? Maybe a little? Yeah, that's a little better. All right, cool. I didn't mean to scare you there, Tara. Merry Christmas, everyone. So, for those who do not know, we did not make the 5,000 5K or 5,500. However, you all did actually manage to get to 5,171. So I did not have to fully dress up as the Grinch, but I did get the beard, and well, you can't really see it as much. Check that out. We even got the hair in there. But we got my little hat too. All right, let's see. Welcome, Jacob. Luna, good to see you tonight. Let's see. Peachy, good to see you. The Wasbys, welcome. Christmas dinner, huh? Nice. Tara, you still look good and cute. Thank you. Thank you much, Tara. Hey, Bornaldus, welcome. I'm glad you can make it. So, yeah, most of this week I have been spent working, preparing for the holidays, popping into the Discord server, chatting with some people. It's been a nice, slow week for the most part. We've got some preparations me and the wife are having to make for the new year. So we've been juggling with holiday traffic and things we had to get done. Oh, wasabi. Okay. Thanks for that. I know what wasabi is. I can pronounce that. Oh, thank you. Sorry about the mispronunciation there. But it has been a busy week. Had a few requests this week for some healing spells, which I did. Got those out of the way. Did continue my workings with the Fey Lord for this month in order to get the Fey path working notes done. I've got a couple more nights to work with him, and then I'm supposed to kick on over to starting to work with the Lords and Ladies of Summer, actually, because now that the solstice is over, the Fae of the Light Fae, the Seelie or the Summer Court will be taking charge. So yay there. So even though it's been a relaxing week, it has still been a very busy week here. Wife asked me to make jambalaya for Christmas dinner. So she said it's been too long since we had it. So that's what we ended up making. That, and she made a big mess of chocolate chip pancakes. So I ain't going to complain about that either. But if you are joining us here for this holiday stream, give us a thumbs up. Let YouTube know you actually enjoy our company and what we're doing here with the channel. We got 14 people in here and only 5 thumbs up. So if you're in here and you haven't dropped us a thumbs up, please do. We will be doing Magical Coffee Hour on Sunday. Don't worry. We'll have no shortage of coffee this week. Okay? Especially on Christmas. I've been drinking double the coffee to celebrate Christmas. Tara beat me to it. Luna Saris, Merry Yule, everybody. Merry Yule, Luna. Merry Yule. Good to see you. Glad you could join us. spend some holiday time here with us. We appreciate it. Even made sure to get a special little background here. See that? Oh. And for those who do occasionally message and ask, yes, I'm doing much better. The cough is pretty much, we have almost won this fight entirely. All I got left is just a basic lingering, which cough drops help. If you can't tell, what was it this time last week? I couldn't have said what I said already without coughing. So, woohoo, hoorah, we're doing better. Hey, I'd take a box of chocolate milk mix for Christmas. Yeah, that's some good stuff. Halloween, Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas to you. Haha, glad you like it. We had the face paint and everything ready for the Grinch, but, you know, we decided to give you a little something because everybody did so great. Drake should wear green hair all the time. Does it look that good? So, no, it's been a good week here. Hopefully, you guys have had a good week and a good holiday. I know family and holiday traffic can get stressful. So, hopefully, you've all had a wonderful holiday this week. And hopefully, your Christmas Eve went well. And hopefully, you got what you wanted for Christmas or Yule or whatever it is you want to celebrate. Maybe you can be the Grinch in the new year. Oh, I have no doubt, Luna, that we will be able to hit that goal next year for sure. We do have a stream on actual New Year's Day, January 1st, ironically. So that's pretty cool. Thank you, Luna. Thank you. Yeah, actually, I found a recipe. My family always made a hot toddy with hot water, and I found a recipe where they used coffee. Oh my God, that was a game changer. It's like, wait, you can do that? So those things are so good. It's like I don't even need to be ill. It's like this is medicinal purposes entirely, but just make it for me anyway. I'll try and send you a better picture, Born. Well, and then you got the hair here. Maybe that'll show up a little better too. It's handy actually having my hair grown out a bit. I don't think you've all actually seen my hair. I always have my hat on. So here, get the dunce look going on. Get over there. All right. Nope, no lighting trick. We had a slight lighting malfunction when we first logged on. I figured out what that was. There's a light in that direction, and my stupid rear end forgot to turn it off. So, you know. Let's see. Luna, Silver Arrow, Future Green Man in the Mage. I don't know about that. I don't really have a green thumb. Hey, Mystic Lavender White Wolf, you made it. Happy holidays, Cher. Good to see you. Thank you for sharing your holiday with us. Let's see. So lately, whenever I astral travel, I find myself in marble building with marble pillars, stone guardsmen, along with a gold walking rug. I have no idea why I keep waking up there or appearing there. Oh, you can. I'd need more details on the location, Jacob. That's not really going to help me narrow it down any. I apologize. The Wizard Warrior. I don't know. I was noticing that myself. I have no idea. I don't know if we're having a lighting issue or what. Sometimes I'm wondering if it's this white band on the hat, honestly, just reflecting too much. You know what? Let's find out here. Let's see if this might kind of. It's definitely picking up some light from somewhere. Weirdly enough, man. I don't know. No, I don't like drinking water with coffee. When I say we put the hot water in the toddy, it was just hot water, lemon, honey, and whiskey. That's the way my family did hot toddies. And someone said replace the water with coffee. And I tried it. Oh dear God, is it good? It is so good, people. You just don't know. It's some good stuff. So that was a full-on game changer for me, wasabi. I never water my coffee down. My coffee's so strong, it'll eat the spoon and wake up the neighbors. Also, don't forget, we do have if you go to workingdragonmystic.com and click on the merch, the 2020 Yule Artwork Limited Edition coffee mug is already available. A few of them's already sold. Our own Luna Silver Arrow is the one who did the artwork. She won the drawing. So again, congratulations to Luna. The artwork is fantastic. I love it. So by all means, jump over there, pick up a mug, help support the channel, help us keep the lights on, and maybe potentially possibly need to get a new camera with the way this lighting's working on us. Fingers crossed we don't need a new camera. We don't want to do that. So knock on wood, we're hoping everything's going to be fine, and this is just a one-off weird lighting situation. I do apologize about the light. It does seem to be improving since I took the hat off. So maybe it just didn't like the hat. But surprisingly, many of you actually do enjoy seeing my face. Usually that's not an issue. So, hey. Let's see what we got. So yeah, taking the hat off seems to have improved it a little. Could also be the lighter background here behind me for a change. Let's see, Sniper got some deeper downloads from maybe Higher Self last night. That we entered an alternate timeline. My mind was blown. That'd be an interesting one, Wizard Warrior. That really would. That really would. Wasabi, I like that. It's your aura. The camera can't withstand your power. There we go. Honestly, in everything I've seen concerning extraterrestrials, no, the reptilians and other extraterrestrials are not controlling or pulling strings here on this planet. Sorry. Honestly, most of the extraterrestrials I've encountered through my journeys in the multiverse, they view our planet as the planet you roll the windows up and slam the gas to get past it as quickly as possible. They don't want to stay here. They don't want to be around here. They don't even want to pass by here. So, yep, Selena, green hair. I told you I'll address as the Grinch if you got to 5,005K, and you got us to 5,170, which is pretty freaking close. So I figured I'd do a little something, something. I can tell you exactly what would happen, Born. It would actually flare far worse. In fact, right now I'm sitting in an almost completely dark room, and the only light that's currently turned on isn't even pointing at me. That's just the way the camera on this particular computer is working. It's not the best camera. It's just the one I use for live streams because it's what I got right now. Um, I am considering trying to get a new camera, um, perhaps a little USB camera or something, but we've not had the chance. So perhaps in the new year we'll look into it. Equipment costs money, and money makes expenses. See, Tara, I always say that about extraterrestrials, that if they really wanted much to do with us, they'd do stuff. And you got a point. They got the capabilities, and yeah, they'd manage it a lot easier. But honestly, we're the neighborhood no one wants to visit. And really, can't blame them. I really can't. No, the planet Earth will not be fourth or fifth dimension. It was never intended to be. That would actually defeat the entire purpose of its existence. Wasabi, I don't think it's necessarily the planet. It's more of the people on it that they'd rather avoid. Luna Bell. We got another Luna in here. Welcome and happy Yule to you too. We got a lot of Lunas in it. We're collecting Lunas. I'm okay with that. That's cool. A happy Yule to you as well. I'll work on that, Bornolis. I'm trying to get it set up. Have been. I think I might even have it set up. I have to double check it. But we also do have the super chat where you can actually donate. So there's plenty of ways you can help out. But the wish list is something we're working on. I wouldn't call it terrible. I'd call it perfect for what it's meant to do, which is to help us to grow, train us, and educate us and make us wiser beings. And for that, you can't have a cushy place. You need the conflict, you need the strife, you need the challenges. And for that, Earth is perfect. Let's see. Halloween, favorite Yule and Xmas traditions. Oh, that's a good question, Halloween. Honestly, for me, it's the camaraderie of family and friends. Just that wanting to be together to show your appreciation for the year that's passed, as well as your dedication to one another for the coming year to stand by each other's side. That goodwill toward all, it's that celebration of that really is my favorite tradition when it comes to Yule and Christmas. Those are the things that really stand out the most. After that, for my family, Christmas Eve dinner was something that we always tried to cook and make a very nice meal on Christmas Eve. We didn't really want to do the Christmas as much because we done everything on Christmas Eve so we could relax and rest on Christmas Day itself. Um, and then there was always just the games in the family time. Really, those were the big memories for me. Gift exchange, I mean, it's always nice, but it was never a big factor for me. Hey, Jade, welcome. Glad you could make it. And better late than never. Now, that said, outside those, there's a few things that we've done through the years that I would say they're classical traditions. They're more family things. Like we would do this, I don't even know what it's called, but um, basically it's gift thieving. Everybody buy one gift for this game. And I think the limit was usually $25. We all draw numbers. And if you got number one, that's the last number you wanted. You didn't want number one because you go, you pick out your gift, you open it. Hey, well, number two can look at what you got and take it from you, or they can pick out another gift. And if they steal your gift, you get to go pick out another gift. And this goes on all the way to the end. You can keep stealing each other's gifts. And you have to know my family because we really, really, we get competitive with this game. It's a lot of fun, though. Mystic Lavender White Wolf got a funny question. Can spirits be trapped in video games? No. Not to the best of my knowledge. This is something I've seen a few magicians experimenting with, testing, and looking at. And for some reason, it does not appear the data. The way the data is constructed for the video game cannot actually manage to trap them. They can move through them, they can interact with them, but they cannot trap them. That is not a question I've asked him directly in any way that I view as useful. Him and I have joked that it's not on the 25th, but him and I also understand why it was moved there. But no, I never asked that question. That might be an interesting question because I don't even know if they had a modern calendar then. So I don't know if they'd be able to track it exactly. Interesting question, though. Let's see, Wasabi, I wonder if YouTube bots have labeled this channel as conspiracy theory and is shadow banning it by preventing people from seeing the streams. No, Wasabi, so far they have not. I mean, it's very easy to see. And YouTube's pretty straightforward with what they will and will not allow. We don't really talk about anything controversial here. We talk about ideals and philosophies, and we steer clear from politics and other things like that, which is really where the conspiracy stuff falls in. So I don't know. YouTube's never given us any troubles yet. We also maintain to try and keep it in the 17 to 18 range. So yeah, we've been pretty good. That's one reason we do have the rules we have, because we try to make this channel available for everyone. Now, we have had a few miscreants jump into the comments section. YouTube's flagged them. They have flagged those people. And they've informed me that those people were doing their little things. But no, YouTube's been pretty good with us so far. Now, I won't lie, there's a part of me that always wonder if I will accidentally, mysteriously cross a line. I just gotta look at it as a business, and in that light, I have to hope they will hold to their side of the contract, which they have actually. A couple weeks ago, they actually flagged someone who literally copyrighted and uploaded one of my videos. They literally downloaded my video, copied it, and just posted it on their own channel to try and get clicks. And YouTube totally flagged it and let me know and allowed me to follow a copyright and had it taken down within 24 hours. So, YouTube, thank you. Thank you for being a good partner to this channel. And Well, thank you for giving us an opportunity and a platform to get this stuff out there to people. We appreciate it. So far we've been pretty lucky there, Wasabi. Selena, I actually do have a video on the arcane senses, which arcane hearing is clairaudience, and you can use the exercises in that video to help develop your clairaudience. So that would actually be the route I would go and send you straight to those exercises. Bernaldus, I've heard it called a lot of things. I do believe White Elephant's one I've heard. That actually seems to be a Midwestern name for it. But I have heard that one. You're right. It's not what my family uses. I'm trying to remember what my family called it. I'll remember it. Probably after stream, I'll remember it. That's usually how it goes. Well, I mean, they could get in there and tinker with the game and play with it and cause some mischief, but that doesn't mean they're stuck in there, if that makes sense, Mystic Lavender. Yeah. Next, I mean, I have no plans to not talk to him, but I don't have any plans to speak with Jesus in the recent future. But when I do, I will try to remember to ask him that, Tara. Thank you. Let's see. Let's try to avoid calling people names here. Yeah, Mystic. I would say it's greater likelihood it's a hacker. It really would. Because I've seen spirits tinker with video games to bug people, but nothing persistent enough. I'd say 90% or more of the time it's going to be a hacker. Yeah, Wizard Warrior. The easiest way to prevent getting nervous is practice. It's like anything. When you first start doing it, you're going to get an adrenaline rush. Your nerves are going to get shaking because it's something new. It's not something that's familiar. Kind of like when you first start driving, you get behind the wheel of the car, you're nervous. After having your license for a year, you don't think anything of it. You just jump in the car and tear off down the road. So it really just takes repetition and getting used to the process, and it'll slowly fade, and you'll get into a natural process of that, and it'll become part of the norm for you, so you won't get nervous. Mystic. Let's see here. Now that Mystic Lavender White Wolf, now that really sounds plausible. Another friend screwing with another friend. Now that sounds very, very plausible. Really. Good evening, Chuck Norris. Happy holidays to you and wealth and abundance to you as well, my man. Pull up a cup of coffee for you and your beard. Not that I think you're the real Chuck Norris, but I think everyone gets the joke. I'm a nerd, sorry. Can't help it. All right, let's see. Vanessa Empire, Merry Christmas to you as well and your family. Thank you very much. Me and my wife highly appreciate the season's greetings. You all have been great this year. You really have. I know I posted it in the community section, but honestly, um, I am very thankful for this year, the way the channel's gone, my viewers, all the questions, the comments, the encouragement. You guys have been awesome. I know a lot of people say 2020 was a rough year. I have had a blast, and it's mostly due to you all. It really is. You all have really encouraged me to keep this project going and keep it growing. So thank you very much. Y'all have been awesome this year. Let's see. Thank you for sharing, Austin. That's why the videos are there, so we can help as many as possible. So thank you very much. I'm cool with the sharing. I really am. It's when someone downloads it and tries to post it as their own. Let's see. Ooh, see, I've never played Minecraft. A few of you know this about me, but I've seen people play it. And I know that those maps and builds can take a long time. So that would be massively annoying to have someone come in and mess things up like that. Wow, Wasabi, that is a question right there, because I do know the Fae love our technology. They find it fascinating. So I wouldn't put it past them to play video games, but it never occurred to me one might play an MMO. That's actually an interesting thought. I have to admit, Wasabi, that is an interesting thought. I love it. Selena, honestly, they tend to like just about any music. They do have favorites. Trying to think here. Odin tends to like things with a good heavy bass. Something that, as he puts it, he can fight to. He wants something he can fight to. It needs that nice thump. He needs to be able to feel it. I know Loki tends to like faster beats of music, and this can go across different styles. Apologize. But I've not really found a music they don't particularly like. I mean, weirdly, a type of music that I found out Odin really loves, which separates from his normal. He loves gospel music and bluegrass. Now, some gospel music I can get along with. I understand bluegrass. I know a lot about it, really. It's not my favorite. I grew up around it. And so hearing it all the time just kind of got on my nerves. And I've not really got over that yet. So when he gets a bluegrass taste, me and him butt heads a little bit, just a little bit. So he usually tries to pick songs that he knows my dad liked, so that at least I have that connection with my father. But one of my playlists that Odin absolutely loves is Gods of War. It's the album Gods of War by Man of War, and it's pretty much a Norse metal album. He really does like that one. But I'll be honest with you, I've never actually gone through and tried to figure out a list of what specific styles of music they like. I more went through the list of what music I have that they would like. That'd be an interesting experiment to tinker with and find out. Drinking songs seem to be a favorite. Let's see, where are we? Yeah, yeah. Luna Loki does like techno. It's that really fast beat stuff. I will try to do that, Tara. No, Mystic Lavender, I get that. There's a lot of little video games or whatnot I play just to tinker with because I love exercising my creativity. Be honest with you, that's what I do with Skyrim. I know we've talked about this before. It's basically I'll sit here, I'll come up with I wonder if I could play with this crazy restriction upon me, and then I'll wander off and see if I can do it. So I actually get the concept. It's just I've never took the time out to buy it and purchase it and play it because usually I end up piled under research. I don't have as much time with video games these days. I used to play Warcraft a lot, even Final Fantasy and Elder Scrolls online. Not all at the same time. God knows I didn't have that much time. But Warcraft was the big one for me and my wife. But we started having less and less time. Um, and it started going downhill a little bit. And we found ourselves logging on so little, we just ended up canceling. And then, of course, y'all know earlier this year, lightning hit the house and killed all the computers except my laptop, which could be what's affecting the camera here. So, yeah, with us not playing, we just haven't bought new gaming computers either. Loki can be a lot of fun to work with, Salim. He really can. Just remember, he will stir up trouble in order for you to learn lessons and grow. Let's see, Wasabi. What does Odin think of games like God of War and Skyrim? Honestly, I don't know about God of War. Most of the series, I know he wasn't too impressed with the Norse one. Um, Skyrim, he thought was entertaining and humorous. Um, Now, granted, once I explained to him that, God of War isn't talking actual mythology, they're using mythology to tell a new story, he understood that, but is still saddened by the fact that there's a lot of people. And this amazes me because I didn't believe it, but I went online and checked it out. He wasn't lying. There's a lot of people who think the God of War storyline is true. They think that's Norse mythology. Um, so I can see why that would sadden him because pick up a freaking book, people. A video game is not where you should be getting your mythology from. Um, but in the overall concept of it, he kind of finds them entertaining. He does have the side view, however, that it would better oneself to train with a weapon and to work out and to actually do something as opposed to just sit and play a video game. He doesn't understand that concept. Not entirely. He understands relaxing and having fun. He just doesn't understand the amount of time humans spend on these games these days. He finds it wasteful. If that makes some sense, what Wasabi? Let's see, do you know if it's possible to somehow play the MMO in the afterlife, but I guess in a different way. Terra technically it is. In all the underworlds that I've wandered into, talked to the different rulers of the underworlds. you essentially can have the things you want to have to entertain yourself. So yeah, I mean, you could have the MMO that you enjoy. I do. It's to my understanding, it wouldn't be hooked to a live server. No pun intended. Although that's a great pun. Let's be honest. Um, but it would have a fully active server of some kind, even if it's just to entertain you. Sage, Norris. Well, Chuck, if I actually get some extra time to look into it, I will. Without a gaming computer, most of my gaming right now is done on my PlayStation. Because I just buy the one console, I turn it on, I pluck around doing a few things, and then I turn it off. So let's see. Just put 2 steps from hell to Odin. Drake. Oh, let's see. I do know Odin likes his 5-finger death punch. He likes that. It's not about going out and slaying. It's about having the ability to defend and protect terror. That's the difference. And you can't do that if you're not trained and you don't practice and utilize it. Also, it's about the physical readiness. You can do push-ups and work out and ready yourself and prepare yourself physically without needing a weapon. You got to understand, within the Norse mindset, self-sufficiency and the ability to defend one's home and one's people is considered one of the top things that you should always be doing. So that is kind of a thing when you're working with the Norse. They will push you in those directions, believe me. In fact, many of you already know I'm planning to do a lot more Norse videos this coming year. We will still be doing Dragon Magic videos, though. A lot of the Dragon Magic workings that I will be doing this next year will be, especially toward the front, is going to be really deeply focused on getting the Dragon Magic 102 finished up. So to fill that gap, I'll be doing some Norse videos and a few Dragon Magic videos here and there, and maybe a few other NTT videos. We got a lot of material to get through this coming year. We got a busy year, people. But we will be talking more about the Norse. And so part of that is with me getting ready to dive back in this. Odin's been grilling me on my workout routine because I used to have a really good workout routine, and he is, I mean, ooh, he gave me the stank eye. He was just like, "What are you doing? You're not taking care." I mean, it's just like, dude, okay. So, yeah, he's already told me come New Year's, I've totally got to dive back into my workout routine. He's like, just because you are physically able does not qualify as you as physically ready. So he separated the two. So that threw me for a curveball. So yeah, I've got he's going to throw me into the meat grinder of training, as it were. But I'm ready to rise to the challenge. So if I log on to a stream and I look like hammered crap, y'all know why. You know, wasabi? I've never tried that. That's actually an interesting question. I don't know. I really do not. Part of me wants to say no, because I think the energetic surge to the console that would require them to manipulate it might fry it. So I don't know if I'd even want to try that, but that is a fascinating concept. That really is wasabi. Now I know you could do a two player game with them in your sanctum. It's the physical game console part of the equation I don't know about wasabi. Something funny to do, Drake, is gaming with Drake. Oh Lord, gaming with Drake. um, actually, I won't lie. My wife and me was joking. She loves to sit in anytime because y'all know I'm a nerd. Okay, y'all know this by now, and y'all know I'm creative. So one of my things to do that I love doing is to play D&D. And I usually end up being a DM, though recently I found someone who actually enjoys DMing, so I actually might get player time a bit more. Um, and she made the comment that she thought it would be funny if I could get a group together that would be okay with me recording this and posting these sessions of shenanigans. That's the only thing you can call it. For other people to enjoy, laugh at, and share creative tips and ideals and stuff like that. So, the concept of a channel where I talk about gaming and stuff like that, or just random things in my life that's not necessarily magical related, because that's really what we want to keep this channel for, because this is more educational. Her and I were discussing the possibility of that. So, Mystic Lavender, we might actually have to look at that into the new year. Okay. I'm going to work out some of the logistics of it. And if we decide to go through with it, y'all can bet I'll let you know so you can subscribe over there and have a few laughs with me. Maybe just chill out and relax. So, actually, you know what? If y'all would be interested in just a generalized channel like that, drop a yay or nay in the comments here. Let me know what, just to gauge some interest. Let's see. Luna, what do you have the feeling Odin is pulling Thor on you soon? Oh, yeah, I have no doubts Odin is going to get Thor in on this workout routine problem for me. Yeah, push-ups have already started, actually. He's already upped my push-up quota. Not happy about that. Krampus is a real entity, not entirely in the exact horror story way he is made, but he is a real entity. I've crossed paths with him a time or two. I've not gotten to sit down and chat with him. That is on my to-do list. In fact, that's something I'm hoping to do before New Year's, honestly, because I do want to know more about him directly as the actual entity. So I'm fascinated to know that. And I'm hoping I can get a connection built where I can get to know him more one-on-one, and potentially next year around the holidays actually start to share that a bit more. Mystic Lavender, you would totally love that. Well, at least we got one person that would actually enjoy watching me just act like a goofy, normal person. Well, I don't. Okay, I'm never normal. We know that, but you know what I mean. Let's see. Terror, I'd be interested. Chuck, I'd love to see you play some games like Elder Scrolls, etc. Oh dear God, if I was to, oh Lord, that's the crap I do on Elder Scrolls. Yeah, it's. I don't even know how I'd get that streamed. I'd have to look into that. Austin, I agree. That's one reason I don't mention my D&D playing as much here on the channel. I mean, this is a holiday stream, but is because D&D is one of the big things you are fighting when you're teaching magic. So many people see D&D and think that's real magic, and it's not. But one thing I have noticed is I really probably should talk about my D&D playing a bit more because it's actually come in handy in a lot of conversations the last 2 months where I'm pointing out this is not real magic, people. This is fantasy. Fantasy is fun. Fantasy is relaxing. Fantasy is a hobby, but it is not the study of real, true, practical magic. But Austin, you are correct. As much as I love getting together with friends, having and laughing and having a good time, and believe me, my last game, my players darn near killed me because I was running the game, but they had me laughing so hard I had to mute my mic because y'all know I've been dealing with that cough. I could not stop. But it was great. Nothing like laughing. Actually, if anything, I think that might be what helped me get better quicker. So there is that balance there. We as magicians and practitioners, we do have to separate fantasy from reality. But at the same time, we can't take ourselves so seriously we forget to enjoy life, and we forget how to enjoy telling a joke and having a good time with each other, which is part of what these streams are. Sure, I come on here and I answer questions, but I also come on here to have a good time, have a few laughs with you all. In fact, Magical Coffee Hour, for the most part, it was just getting a little, it's more about, it was a little goofier than Research and Ramblings. So there is that balance, and I still don't want the D&D to, honestly, outside of live stream, you'll probably never see D&D mentioned on this channel. But you do have to balance the two in some form. And I've actually been considering doing a video specifically focused on the difference, because it is a question I keep getting, and it's a topic that needs covered. And whether you're teaching magic or learning magic, it's a variable you need to understand. Let's see. Wizard Warrior, I'll watch any videos you make. All right, man. Wizard Warrior, I appreciate the support. I do. Y'all's great. You really are. Well, Tara, as soon as I get some more notes on it, and I'll see about sharing what I find here in the live streams. If not, at least look forward to the video next season. Thoughts on the Golden Dawn? Thoughts on the Golden Dawn? I've enjoyed reading a lot of the material, especially by Israel Regali and Aleister Crowley and even Mathers. They are a ceremonial order that does require initiation. I've worked alongside many of its initiates. I myself am not initiated. So nor do I claim to be. But as far as a ceremonial practice, well, it's built very similar to many of the other ceremonial orders, some of which I have worked in very closely, even initiated. But it's functional. It's possible. It's ceremonial and me don't get along super well. I love the way it feels. There's times when I just absolutely adore ceremonial magic. It's not my main cup of tea, though. Depending on which book you got, some of them's harder to understand than others. Like the Complete Golden Dawn by Israel Regali. That one, whew, man, that one can be hard to get through. But it's a good book. It is a good book if you get a hold of it. I've been told a lot of people's having trouble finding it these days. I don't know if it's out of print or what. Mine was a gift. So if you get a hold of it, it's a good book. Yeah, and that's the thing. Fantasy magic, whether it be D&D, a book, the Dresden series, whatever it may be, it may be fantasy. It may not be real magic, but it is fun, and we got to remember to have fun. Austin, D&D is more about the social interaction than anything else because it really is about getting the people together. It's actually the best way to describe D&D is improv comedy. That's the best way to describe it. That really is. Wasabi asked, could you summon a god from a video game? It would be more, you'd be summoning more of the thought form or ideal based around the entity, not a literal entity, but you could essentially, it would not actually have the same tangibility or oomph behind it as an actual god. But you actually could summon an ideal or a fictional character or a fictional god in that manner. You would just be constructing it as you did so. And it would be more of a thought form that would be pulling on all the lore and knowledge based around the fictional creation. So, yeah. Hope that helps. Okay. People, remember, if you try to post a link, YouTube will flag it. So try not to do that. See what we got here. I'm a little behind. Sorry about this, people. Mystic Lavender White Wolf. It's like working with your own inner child. Silly and goofy every once in a while. Yes, you got to get goofy and silly. It's fun. It really is. It's just like hanging out with any group of friends. It gives you something to do, hang out, and have some fun. Whether it be Cards Against Humanity, Monopoly, Uno. More fights have been started with Uno and Monopoly than anything, I think. Taking turns at a video game, just Pictionary, telling jokes, whatever. Anything that gets a group of people together, enjoying one another's company, sharing time, being social, and truly building those bonds is fantastic. And when you have something that really lets you exercise your creativity and push it, is absolutely, absolutely fascinating and wonderful. I actually encouraged my goddaughter to take improv classes and writing classes, even though she was definitely more interested in engineering, robotics, and stuff like that. And she also took a theater class. That one I didn't recommend, but she did great. Because you cannot underestimate the power of creativity within a human being. You really cannot. And games like these really do help us harness those creativities. And in many cases, especially ones that deal with a social structure, whether it be Monopoly, D&D, Yahtzee, it doesn't matter. This actually helps with our personal development and our social skills, which is something, let's be honest, most people in this world today need a lot more of. People don't get the social skills and abilities that they need anymore. So I think it's a pretty good thing to do. Cool. Okay, it's saying the connection's unstable for some reason. Crap, what's wrong? Okay, hopefully we don't drop. You create your own subworld by bringing either your astral or physical body to that world. Your physical body, your physical body belongs in the physical world. You're stuck here. Your soul, you could theoretically move into a subworld. Whether you how you would create it, where you'd place it, these are a lot of bigger problems. And you would only be able to move it to that world after your connection to your physical body is severed. So as long as you remain anchored to your physical body, you can't get there and stay there. Otherwise, you just travel there temporary and snap back. Oh wow, there's a Monkey Island. That is a game I've not heard about in years. Yes, yes, Chuck. Yes, Monkey Island was indeed a hilarious game. In fact, if you actually look at it, a magician's social skills are very important. And you can almost compare manifestation rates and ability with their ability to socialize. The more socially awkward and unable to interact with a group of people, the worse a magician tends to do. It's actually really a fascinating correlation. Now, that's not to say it's a guarantee because correlation is not causation. But there is a correlation there, and at least shows a trend. And Mystic Lavender, yeah, creativity is awesome. I highly encourage it. Do you know if there's any good way to deal with guilt when you're unable to do meditation training every day? I often feel a lot of guilt when something comes up and I cannot do it. Two things you can do, Tara, is A, admit to the fact that life happens. That's the simple fact. You have to accept reality and life happens, and you have to adapt and adjust to reality and life around you. That's first. Secondly, also try to seek out and find, even if it's 2 to 5 minutes, um, to do a quick meditation. Um, there's been plenty of times where I've done movement meditation while doing the dishes, or I've done a quick 2 or 3 minute standing meditation while waiting in the line at the grocery store. There's places you can squeeze it in there if you really try. But in the cases where you can't, life happens. You got to do what you got to do. That's one thing I teach my students. You're not always going to have the perfect ideal situation for practice or doing magic. You got to be able to learn to do it when you can do it, how you can do it. And you need to be able to do magic anytime, any place, no matter the distractions. And that's what I try to teach them. So do what you can and try to adjust around it. It's pretty handy. Austin, can you go in depth on the Golden Dawn? Honestly, Austin, it has been years since I've really studied or researched them. I'm not sure I'm the guy for that. There's many people out there far more versed and knowledgeable in the overall workings and structure and even the rituals than myself. I'm not sure I'm actually the guy to go in depth on that with. Um, I might be able to brush up on some of my reading and some of my old journals from when I was working with a buddy of mine, or actually, I might be seeing him in January. Be able to ask him some questions to freshen up on. But at this time, I'm definitely not the guy to be asking about that. Let's see. Creativity is. I agree with you there, Chuck. Creativity is an essential. That's actually, yeah, that's one of the things. Find something like guitar, start singing, humming, chanting. There's so many little tips and tricks you can pull off. Tara, that's actually great when you have the time to pull off a 15-minute session. That is awesome. That's great to hear. That really is. But when those little incidents pop up where you just can't do it, try to get in a quick breathing meditation or something to fill in the gaps. You shouldn't feel guilty for the fact that you do what needs to be done and that you're living your life, because reality is real. You got to do it. You got to take care of it. No, Anana, you're actually correct. There is also a correlation that shows the better you practice your magic and really get into it. And as it progresses, there does seem to be a incline on the social skills as well. And part of that's due to the confidence that knowledge and magic can bestow upon you. It actually makes you more confident to converse within a social situation. So that's kind of pretty cool. Yeah, I got to agree. Balance is the most important. I really do. I mean, okay, let's be honest. I've studied dragon magic for years, and that's really kind of my main thing outside Norse. So I might have a bias on balance, but honestly, when I've studied magic, balance always comes into play. It's always there. It's never missing from the picture. So I honestly do. No bias. I really think balance is massively important. Tara, there's no need to feel guilty about doing the best you can do. You're doing great work. You keep coming in here, sharing with us, telling us what you're doing, and different people work at different speeds. Um, I mean, look at me. I'm getting ready to hit a hard workout routine that Odin's going to be putting me through this year. Okay. I doubt I will progress or perform as well as other individuals who start working out. I may progress better. I don't really think I will. You want my honest opinion? Everyone progresses at their own rate. You can't measure yourself by someone else's progression. We're all individuals. We're all very different. But if you're getting up every morning and you're hitting it, you're giving it what you got, and you're doing what you can do. Wow, maintaining what you need to do in the real world, making sure your real world life is taken care of and you're keeping it in balance, you're ahead of 50% of the people. You really are, if not 75. I've seen so many people come into magic and so dead set on training and learning magic that they forget the real world and they pretend it doesn't exist and they go bankrupt because they didn't go to work. They skipped out on their friends. They didn't pay their bills because I'm learning magic. Yee! And it's just like, you did what? They forgot to balance magic and the physical. And you have to have that balance. And that's what you're doing. So don't feel guilty because you're striking that balance already. That puts you ahead of the game, my friend. Yeah. I mean, you look at the laws of magic and the laws of infinite universes, then yeah, actually, there would be a dimension out there somewhere where the game is a reality, not a game, and you could soul travel to it. And that's understandable, Tara, but don't feel guilty. Push yourself. That's fine. That's understandable. Maintain your health. Don't push yourself into sickness. But that is understandable. That is understandable. Discipline, the discipline and self control, those are great things. So I would say you're doing really good. But don't let it be guilt. Don't let it be guilt. Drive, desire, commitment, discipline, let it be those. You understand, Tara? Awesome. Glad I could help you there. All right, everybody. We got an hour and 10 minutes here, so I'm going to go ahead and wrap up. Because I still got some more holiday shenanigans to get done around here. I may pop into the Discord server and see if anybody's had any holiday mishaps. Also, you can see these like really, really green spots right here where my gray, normally I have those gray streaks when my hair grows out. Yeah, I'm not sure this stuff's going to fully wash out of there tonight. Not to mention, while putting this in, I realized my goatee's got a lot of gray in it, a lot more gray than I remember it having. So this old Mage is definitely starting to show his old. Look at that. No plans of slowing down. No plans of slowing down. The gray's just going to have to keep getting grayer because I ain't slowing down none. So we do have a video coming out Tuesday. It's a New Year's video. Tips and stuff for moving your practice forward and increasing your gains in this new year to prepare for the new year. So we will have that. So we won't be missing a video next week. Yay! And as long as I can get the current video edited and uploaded, we won't miss any videos. There will be a delay in the next Rune Magic class. The reason for that is I want the people taking the class to have the chance to work with the readings a bit. So I'm going to put a little spacing before the next one, but it will be coming soon, I promise. Expect it in 2-3 weeks. Cough drop time. My cough gets worse at night as the atmosphere changes. Actually, I love my gray, people. I really do. These little streaks here I've had since I was 13, so I'm used to those, but I do love the gray. Okay, well, with that, everyone, you have a wonderful holiday. Enjoy your families. Enjoy what you do for Christmas and the day after and Yule. Also, New Year's Eve coming. Everybody, stay safe on New Year's Eve. I know things get crazy, it gets wild, but do stay safe. Celebrate the ringing in of 2021 safely. Have fun. Have a lot of fun. Heck, get together with your friends and family. Play some of these games we discussed. Bust out the Monopoly board. Not enough people yell at each other playing Monopoly. If you play Uno, make sure you hold those draw threes and just lay that crap down. Piss everyone off. Y'all know what I'm talking about. We've all done it. It's fun. All right, everyone, you have a wonderful holiday. Merry Christmas. Merry Yule. Happy New Year's. And I'll see you all Sunday. Take it easy. Bye-bye.